Hi guys, it's Zach here. Today I just wanted to hop on and give a little talk about addiction, specifically cigarette addiction. I was a pretty avid smoker for 4 years of my life and only recently quit due to a pandemic. I'm sure you've heard of the pandemic that's been going on. And I kind of just wanted to talk about how I quit. So basically, the thing that I always thought would be the hardest part of smoking would be the quitting part, because I always knew I was going to have to quit at some point, because I guess human bodies aren't built to be smoke machines. And I knew I was damaging my health because my breath was getting weaker as time was going on. I had a few moments during my 4 year period where I wanted to put the pack down, you know what I mean, but never really got around to it. And the pandemic really made light of my issue with smoking. I was smoking a lot more than usual because I was trapped in a house and didn't have much to do. And it really just made it evident that I have an issue in my life I need to sort out. I remember the day I quit because it was so random. Like, obviously, I'm assuming smokers are going to be watching this video because why else would you be watching a how to quit or why I quit smoking video? But essentially, it was so weird because I didn't. Some people set a day. Some people just decide they're comfortable with smoking, although I wasn't that. I kind of started to organize my mind around stopping, in a sense that I was. It was a gradual process that started during the pandemic, to the point at which just on a random day I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to smoke now. And as soon as 24 hours had passed from that point, I was like, I just kept going with it. My mindset what came from a few different places. I was looking at videos on YouTube for help and guidance. And I was looking at a few Reddit posts. I'll link the one that I found, or at least I'll put like some of the information from the one that really helped me in terms of gearing my mindset down below. Essentially, what it was a guy explaining how when it came to smoking, he would overanalyze everything to do with the task of smoking. So, taking your packet out of your pocket, taking the cigarette out of the packet, even just simple things like going to the shop and buying the tobacco pouch. He would think in his head, do I need to go? Do I need to pull in? And thinking about all the extra effort he's going to through his head before he does it, just to have a cigarette. So I started doing that. I started paying close attention to, because I would smoke rollies, I would start paying attention to, taking the tobacco out and then putting the filter in and sort of rolling it and then putting it in my mouth and then lighting it. And like all of these steps it takes me to fuel an addiction. That's the second part. So the second part of how I quit was I started to realize it wasn't the fact that I wanted to smoke, although I thought for ages that I just wanted a cigarette. It was that my body was craving nicotine. And to put that into perspective, I realized as I started cutting down the amount of times I was smoking and the periods between them, I started to realize how much my body wanted wanted nicotine, wanted the drug. And that was kind of an eye opener, because when you're just smoking, when you're working, for example, and you go on a break and you just have a cigarette, or you're around smokers anyway, it's just natural. Oh, do you want to go outside? Do you want to go outside? Or you'll just have a break, or you'll go and it'll be your thinking place, it'll be your personal time. You'll start attaching lots of comforts to it. But ways down the line, you forget that you're really hooked and you don't have extended periods of breaks. So when I started to actually implement that into my life, I started to realize how much of a problem it was. I was smoking around I would say 10 to 20 cigarettes a day for the majority of the time I was smoking, maybe less sometimes, maybe more other times. It depends if I was going on nights out and stuff. But the way I quit was randomly, and it was pretty chill. um, the I stuck to it because I was in a situation where I wasn't being tempted. I was on my own. So I would recommend for people trying to quit, one, if you're an avid smoker, you want to change your environment or change how you're living. A lot specific things attached to smoking that are in your life predominantly. So, for example, if you're hanging around specific people all the time who are smokers and they influence you smoking, you want to stop hanging out with them. And not out of disrespect for them, but out of respect for yourself. If you're, always going to a specific shop to buy a packet and it's a habit for you, stop going to that shop. Make it harder for yourself to achieve a cigarette in your mouth every day. Then you'll start to wake up to the idea that, and then start doing more research on top of, on that, on what a single cigarette does to your body, what 10 does in a day, what, how many you calculate how much you smoke in a year and work out how much that affects your health over that period of time. Then start looking at how beneficial it is to quit even for a few days, what that does to your body, and start trying these things out. That's how I did it, really. And when I was in the quitting phase, I remember the cravings were in my throat mainly. So I was, at least the first week after, I was regularly throughout the day, I would have it would be like my throat is calling for nicotine, and I would literally have to just think about it. The way I didn't smoke was by really just heightening my attention to that thing in my throat, and then it would just go away, and then I'd be able to continue. But I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty difficult, and yeah, it wasn't the easiest thing to do. It never is. It's one of the most addictive substances that we can buy legally. So, and I was doing it for 4 years. I'm currently into my 4th month now, having not touched a cigarette at all, after having quit on a random day. So, and I have no plans to go back to smoking because my relationship has changed with it, and it's as simple as that, really. I mean, yeah. Let me know if you guys want to hear anything else on the topic. I'll try and make more videos around my smoking habits and stuff like that. But this was sort of just my experience with quitting. I found just educating myself, in a summary basically, I found educating myself and focusing my mind, organising my mind around actually quitting, around the realities of actually quitting, helped tremendously. And just paying attention to all the benefits, like my breathing returned back to normal after like 2 weeks. The cravings went away after about 2 weeks, and it was really not a problem. After about 2 weeks to a month, I mean, I could go for a year. Do you know what I mean? That's how I've been going for the past 4 months, and how I'll probably go for the next, forever, hopefully. So, yeah. Thank you very much for listening to my little story, and leave a comment if you have anything to say, if you're currently trying to quit smoking or you were a smoker, how many you'd smoked. I'd be interested to know, and thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.